Greetings from IIT Bombay and welcome to this faculty development program on use of ICT for online and blended education. I am FDPICT001x. I will be the coordinator for this FDP. I will be assisted by several of my colleagues whom you will know as they come on board. In this session, I just wanted to build the context of this entire FDP. To begin with, let us look at education in the 21st century. We know that there are too many aspirants seeking knowledge. I don't know how many of you are aware that there are 370 million Indians who are 14 years of younger as of 2011 census of India, and that is larger than the entire population of United States. Even though we are improving our gross enrollment ratio, we expect it to become 30%, which means out of the students who pass school, about 30% should be accommodated in the higher education is our ambition. But given the fact that not all people eligible for school education even get school education, we know how desperately inadequate is our infrastructure for higher education. In the 21st century, not just the concept but even skills are required. Our courses currently happen to be very theoretical. Equally importantly, problem solving skills have to be imparted amongst our students. Unfortunately, our system promotes rote learning and stereotyped examination. The conventional education is built around a very rigid structure. So, you have 3 to 4 years of degree programs, semester long courses. It is based on hour long lectures. There are practical sessions for some subjects in the laboratories and there are occasional tutorials, but mostly the course is conducted in a lecture based fashion. We do give homework and assignments to be done at home. Our assessments are entirely through written examinations, and most critical, entire teaching learning process is centered around fixed syllabus and defined textbooks. Now, even for this conventional education delivery and assimilation, there have been important inventions available, and the use of information and communication technologies in education has flourished over the last 30 years. There is a rich history of use of ICT for content creation, for example. So, all of you are familiar with PDF files, Word files, digitized pictures, video clips and so on for delivery. So, you are again familiar with YouTube and such mechanisms through which the lectures can be delivered. There are online tutorials which have existed for decades. Online tests and examinations are also popular, and in fact they are increasing in popularity. However, none of these amount to a regular course. These are only individual components that need to be put together to offer a course. That is where the concept of MOOCs originated. Massive open online courses added the following to what was already being achieved through ICT, namely short video lectures so that people can listen to them. Again, it is not just a series of lectures, but after every lecture there is either some sequence of activities or people can participate in discussions. Remember, in a classroom students participate in discussion, and that is how they get enhanced learning. In exactly the same fashion, discussion forums permit participants to actually voice their concerns, questions, and those questions get answered. Finally, a certification is required for again online assessment through online quizzes, through online submissions, etc. is contemplated in a massive open online course. Naturally, the students who do a course regularly in a university expect to get a grade. Similarly, the massive open online courses also added a process of certification based on cumulative performance of the students in all the activities and online assessments. This activity actually started on large scale since 2011. So, MOOCs in some form existed even earlier, where the entire course is delivered to participants. But MOOCs on large scale, truly massive scale and truly open access, that means anybody, any learner from anywhere can actually participate enroll for a course and benefit from that course. So, it started in 2011 as I mentioned. Coursera, EDX, Udacity, Commonwealth of Learning are some of the examples. In India, IIT Bombay X, the platform on which you are doing this FDP, NPTEL MOOCs, MOOCit from IIT Kanpur are some examples. MOOCs provide a completely new paradigm, a completely new methodology in education. Number one, it can benefit millions of learners. Number two, no formal background or affiliation is needed. And number three, there is an ability to learn anytime, anywhere. Please understand one thing, the use of ICT in any sphere has actually resulted in enhancement of productivity. Of course, the common productivity is measured in terms of say production in factories or in terms of ability to handle larger number of transactions in banking and financial systems. How do we measure productivity in teaching learning processes? Well, the ability of a teacher to effectively and efficiently handle much larger number of learners is a measure of our productivity. Ordinarily, we have a class of 60, 80, 100 students to whom we teach a semester long course, and they learn to the level of their abilities and to the level of motivation that we can impart on them. In general then, our ability, our productivity can be judged in terms of 60 people per semester or 100 people per semester. But the massive open online courses permit us to enhance our productivity significantly. We can now make our capabilities available and accessible to thousands and millions of students, and more importantly, we can impact on the effectiveness of their learning. That is the true advantage of MOOCs. However, MOOCs also have some shortcomings. For example, there is no human touch in MOOCs. Everything is done on the machine. There are no physical meetings or interaction, no personal monitoring and mentoring. And you are aware that personal interaction means a lot in the learning process of the students. Similarly, we cannot assess descriptive responses that the students give in our conventional examinations or in submissions of assignments and so on, because all assessments are mostly limited to multiple choice questions. Finally, particularly for professional education like engineering, medical or similar professions, absence of practical laboratory component makes MOOCs not as effective. It is difficult to acquire hands-on skill without a personal participation in some kind of lab session under mentorship of a technically qualified staff and teachers. This is where we believe, and many people in the world share our belief, that a blended MOOCs approach which provides face-to-face and online learning combined, so that the advantages of both can be combined and therefore our productivity can be increased multifold. Well, this is the context in which we are conducting this faculty development program. In the next session, I will go through all the different modules and the sequence in which we will conduct these modules, so that this context is fulfilled, the ambition of our being more effective to our own students in our colleges as well as elsewhere is achieved. Thank you so much. Over and out.